Hey, what's up guys? Everything Apple Pro here. It's been a long time and we're coming right back at you with the latest and greatest from China. This is the latest version of the fake iPhone 12, this time a 12 Pro Max. This one's sporting all of the most recent improvements. Actually, I think it's gonna be one of the most impressive clones we've ever seen. Still probably gonna be crap, but this one actually shares the real design with the 12 Pro Max. Bigger display, less chin, and from what I'm seeing here, the packaging does not seem to be the smaller version. It's still big. So let's see how close they got this time. And oh, that's funny. They actually have green iPhone text. This came out right before the announcement. So they had the dimensions. They thought it would be green. Apparently not. And this one is sporting the LiDAR sensor. I hope I got the ones that I've ordered. So upon first appearance, actually, this is identical to the 11 Pro Max packaging. I'm really hoping that we have the real deal on the inside, but yes, it does say iPhone 12 Pro Max, gold, 512 gigabytes. So the labels on the back are pretty close. There's no longer a storage label up here. And probably by the time I finish posting this video, there's going to be a new version with the thinner packaging. You know, they are trying to replicate the real deal. And before we jump in here, just wanted to say we are still running the giveaway for the iPhone 12 Pro Max and iPhone 12 mini. Details on that down below. You have about a week left. And as of today until Monday, we're running the biggest sale ever on our first generation cases. Take $10 off any case from Phone Rebel. And I'll link down below. Use promo code Friday 10. All right, so let's see what they've cooked up in the lab. So far, packaging has not been accurate, but oh wow, yeah. So the frame is now really thin and not very pretty packaging, and the Apple logo seems to be concealed. There's a screen protector on the back. Let's see if that gets any more visible, but oh yeah. Oh wow. Okay, that's very impressive. So let's compare this to the actual gold, which looks nothing alike. Again, I do believe this one came out right before Apple announced. Yeah, it's like a peach colored gold. The sides are very close. SIM card tray positioning is on the other side, but not quite down as low as Apple's. They do have the new 5G antenna on the other side. And compared to the Max here, actually these are our Gen 2 case prototypes, and they're currently in production, so launching really soon. Super excited about these. So the lenses, not quite as large, but definitely bigger than the last clone. Bigger than the iPhone 12 Pro series, but again, not quite as big. I'd say it's 90% of the size here. And the LiDAR sensor. So of course, that one probably has absolutely nothing going on besides a black sticker. I'm glad they got the tiny microphone. Look at that tiny dot in there. Compared to the real deal going on in the 12 Pro Max, which is one of the largest sensors ever in a smartphone, that is minuscule. The fake ones are the ones that actually look real. Okay, let's power this on. Indeed, it does look a lot more futuristic. So not only is the notch actually smaller than Apple's, oh my goodness, look at that. That is smaller than Apple's. The chin now is greatly improved as far as the chin area on clones. We're used to a really thick one. This one has gotten a lot better. And the overall frame looks to be identical in sizing. So let's actually try it on our cases, see if it fits here. And again, these are prototypes, so not the real deal. But wow, yeah, that actually fits. Everything works. So it's set up, fully set up when you do turn it on. I'm very curious as always to see what it's running here, but it does look like it has iOS 14 wallpapers. I think it's absolutely hilarious that the notch is smaller than Apple's on a clone. That's the first time I've ever seen that. The most impressive screen in a clone. No 120 hertz on the clone or the new one, but I'm pretty sure at some point clones will surpass Apple in some ways here. What's it running? 14.1. My iPhone here is running 14.1 as well. Looking good. I like that they tried here. No back swipe. Oh, that is so bad. That's dirty. No way. Number one way to tell that this is fake is that there is no back swipe. And accessibility is still in general, so they're not following the software very closely here. And you can see that the bezels are much larger. And this is max brightness here. No force touch. No fake force touch. Or yeah, no, there it is. Battery icon still almost half empty here like the older iOS versions. Okay, so these do have the iOS 14 widgets. Very nice. So the cancel button is no. Okay. And I'm not really able to move icons around. It's not letting me. So on icons where Force Touch is present, you're not able to use them to move icons around. It is so painfully slow. No button to add widgets, but does look very close to iOS 14. We've got new icons going on. Let's check the wallpapers. Oh, the music app, still the old version. It seems like this was released after Apple announced the new iPhones, and they didn't get the packaging correct. And a ton of other wallpapers. Nice. Okay, so overall looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and get some numbers going. So pretty much can't get any benchmarks to run. This one does say it's a 12 Pro Max running Android 6.0. It's running a very old version of Android. It's not a good Android phone. It does have the app drawer here, by the way. It's not a good iPhone clone. Well, as far as software goes, they could have tried much harder. The number one thing they're trying to sell you on is the exterior. And by the way, it does stand on its side. So it passes that test. It comes very, very close in detail to the real deal. And I actually want to take a look at this one. I do believe it's a blue one. Yeah, it is. The blue one actually looks really good. And I actually have a 12 here. So this color is kind of more reminiscent of the 12. Between the actual one, it's definitely darker. It does have a nice, the coating on the back is very nice. Very similar to Apple's. So the attention to detail on the exterior is much, much better. As you can see, the band's more reminiscent of the Leaks, not so much the Pacific blue of the real deal, but actually very close in many ways. I'm surprised. The sizing alone is almost a one-to-one. It's a little bit thinner. So it's thinner, has a smaller notch than Apple's, and it also comes with accessories. So you get earpods and a power adapter in the box. It may burn your house down, but at least they're there. So as far as software and testing, there's really not much else I can do. It's there, just bare minimum. All right, let's go ahead and test the cameras. As we know, the new iPhones have that incredibly large ultra-wide sensor. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, it takes forever to load, and it looks incredibly dim here. So it has a 2x digital zoom, and that's it. No ultra-wide, nothing. And the really, really old and out-of-date camera app here. All the icons are old, HDR, and you have live photo, but I doubt that actually does anything. That is just awful. Oh my goodness. So it actually captures the photo with the lines that you see in the viewfinder, and there's nothing live about this photo. Bunch of BS. Another thing is you can't switch between apps just by swiping. Software is complete crap here. Yeah, so the quality of this just terrible. Let's get a little demo here. Here's the video, and we can do a 2.5x zoom on the real deal. There's 10x on the clone and 7x on the real deal. Actually, it looks very acceptable. And of course, no ultra wide. So all in all, a awful camera experience. But then again, you don't buy this to actually use for the most part. They definitely could have taken their time on that one. It's better than the last clone, I'll tell you that. And front-facing cameras. So this one really, really zooms in. It's laggy, terrible dynamic range. Absolutely awful. I would not recommend this to my worst enemies. And that cursed floating zoom. And next up, speakers. One of my favorite things about the current 12 Pro Max is just how much they upgraded the speakers. And speaking of sound, this one still has the iPhone 2G lock sound. Throwback. Solid 97 decibels on the clone. Not terrible. So much quieter, but not as unplayable as the last version. Okay, so that's pretty much everything I can ink out of it knowledge-wise. And for the teardown, all I need is a fingernail. It's a very shoddy construction. You can just get it in there and start prying away. And there it is. This is the latest and greatest in clone technology. This version has the SD card or mini SD card slot present there for easy swapping. Nicer quality looking battery, so 10.1 watt hours. As far as the camera lens, oh, so that one is a very thin glass. Oh wow, no wonder it looked decent. It's actual glass. So that is an upgrade. I've never seen them use an aluminum pad on the camera lens. It's got some weight to it. Here's the interior, two absolutely fake lenses. One actually just sitting on top of the vibration motor. Very crappy looking flash filter. Tiny, tiny lens. Of course, I'd say here's a 5G antenna, but no such thing in this clone. Glass back, which leaves it feeling somewhat premium. And there it is, about 1/10 of the price and definitely more than 1/10 of the quality. Very, very good on the outside. Fitment, the overall look. Could try harder on the software, but again, these videos are for pure amusement. Of course, I don't intend for anyone to ever actually buy one of these and use it. I just think it's funny that all these years later, they continue to make these clones, and they are getting better. A better chin, overall better looking display, still the same processor and crappy camera look, but it did get better in some ways. And of course, the notch is actually smaller than Apple's, which is hilarious. No, do not buy it, but yes, the iPhone 12 Pro Max clone is much, much better than before. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget, we have the $10 off through Monday on Gen 1 Phone Rebel cases. Thanks for supporting, and the iPhone 12 mini and 12 Pro Max giveaways are down below. Don't forget to enter. 1 week to go there. Peace.